Hey YouTube, Mark Kaufman here, and today I am going to be doing a little bit of a knife sale here. These are all knives except for these two. These are all knives that I have restored or worked on personally, and I have made sure that each and every one of them are functioning properly, have been polished, or have been worked on in some kind of way to increase their appearance, or to rectify some kind of damage that was done to them in the past. So keep in mind that that might be reflected in the prices of some of these knives. Some of the scales, like this Viking, I just didn't polish because it's not really worth it for the price of the knife. Now, off the bat, you have an Ambassador over here, and we have another Ambassador over here. This is just one that I have not cleaned up yet, but once it is sold, I will be cleaning it and I will be sharpening it, and it will be in the same condition as this one on the left. So bear that in mind. I will be cleaning this one up. I just haven't gotten to it yet. And so you can see here it is from the 1970s, and it is in very, very good condition. The blades will be polished and sharpened. All of these will be, unless requested, depending on how you are as a collector, unless requested, these will be all sharpened as they're shipped out. So let's get started. I have all the prices listed on a piece of paper over here, and this is going to include first-class shipping within the United States. International shipping is going to be $15 additional on all of this. I really don't want to do international shipping, but I am willing to because I know that I have a lot of international watchers on my channel, and they have been interested in some of these knives. But to be clear, whenever you ship a knife internationally, you run into the problem of it getting claimed by customs. So just bear that in mind. Also, I may sound under the weather. I am dealing with a little bit of a cold and runny nose, so there is that. So if you hear me sniffle and blow my nose in the back, I deeply apologize, which I'm going to do very quickly. Okay, sorry about that. So first off, the CRKT Pilar, I am selling this for $25. I have done a few modifications to it. I've chamfered all of the sharp angles on this. I have chamfered the activation hole or thumb hole. I've chamfered the back end of that hole, so then when you actually activate it with your thumb, which I am not very good at, with your middle finger, you are not going to be shredding up your fingernail. So there is that. I have also replaced the Teflon washers with bronze washers, and so we've got that, and the action is very, very good, very, very smooth. I am asking $25 for that. We have the Spyderco Tenacious in green. I'm asking $38 for this. It's a pretty darn good deal. I haven't carried it very much. I haven't even switched the pocket clip over. So $38. Okay, so this is probably what you're all really interested in. I have this Victorinox Director, and this one I have done some work on. I have done a little bit of work on it so I could improve the appearance and the value of it. And this one here is actually a Hoffritz model, and it is also stamped Victoria on the back, which would hail it to be in the 1960s. We have an orange peeler, which is in very good condition. All the teeth are there, very sharp indeed. And then we have a very well and intact pen blade in the back. Then we also have the scissors, which has its original black carbon spring here. So that is in very good shape, and it cuts very well. And then we also have a intact nail cleaner and nail file. And I'm going to be asking $70 for that. and that will include first-class shipping, and bear in mind additional $15 shipping for international buyers. This is a Director from Victorinox with a slightly different scale pattern. This one is from the 1970s, and what dictates that is that it's got a Hoffritz stamp here, but the back stamp here, and excuse all that oil, the back stamp here dates it to be in the 1970s, but we still have that orange peeler. Sorry about the oil. And then we have a slightly more updated nail cleaner and nail file, but we still share the old single leaf spring. So it is prior to 1975. So we have that one, and then of course we have the small blade, and it is still intact. Excuse me. Okay, next up is going to be the Hoffritz Ambassador. No, not Ambassador, Executive. This is a Hoffritz Executive, and it has its toothpick and tweezers, all original here. And this one is from the 1970s as well. Prior to 75, we have the older leaf spring. All of the tools operate as they should, cut and do their job. And then we have the updated nail file and nail cleaner. And then we have the orange peeler right there. Then we have the main blade. There is some pitting on the blade, but other than that, the blade is still intact, and it's not too bad. I don't think this is too bad. I've seen a lot worse on older knives. And then we have the pen blade. And you can see here the scales are in very, very good condition. I have polished them. I did my best to keep everything as intact as I could while giving it a little bit more luster and value to whoever buys it. So we have that, and I am asking $70 for that. That includes the shipping. Now for both of these Ambassadors, these are both from the 1970s. Again, we have the single leaf spring here, right there. Operates as it should, has plenty of spring in it, has its original toothpick and tweezer, and we have a wonderful blade here. And this blade here will be exactly the same as this one once I get this one all cleaned up. So it will be a representative of what that one will look like once I clean it. And then we have the nail file nail cleaner. So I'm asking, what am I asking for these two? $65 for each of those. If you want to buy both, I will do $55 for each of these. So, and that will also include the shipping. Now we have a Wenger Viking. This one is a little worse for wear, but it still works great. Is a wonderful little beater if you want to have a Wenger that you could just beat around and not feel guilty in using. The Viking is essentially the Spartan from Wenger. You have the nice little clip blade, still has its tassel in the back, corkscrew, and then you also have the reamer punch. And then, of course, you have your opening tools, your can opener, and then you have your bottle opener and screwdriver. This one I'm asking $20 for. You know, it's in rough shape. I'm not going to treat it like it's a piece of gold. It's something that you can use, and I've got enough Vikings, and I just felt maybe I would just pass that along to somebody else. So let me straighten these out just a little bit. And so next up we've got the Weekender. So this is a Victorinox Weekender. It's essentially a Spartan. However, you get a serrated blade here. And yeah, this one here is in fantastic shape. I would probably say it is near mint. It's still a rather modern knife, but the serrated blade is very, very unique. The pen blade is not serrated, so you get the straight edge, and then you also get that serrated edge. I'm going to ask $45 for that, and I have cleaned that one up, oiled it, polished the scales, made sure everything works as it should. Okay, so $45 for that one. The Mechanic. This is a Victorinox Mechanic that I got, and I cleaned it up. It did need a little bit of work. The springs need to be cleaned out, and this one did require a little bit of work on my part, but I've got it where I like it, and I think it is ready to be sold. I can't justify carrying it. It's just too nice, and they're getting very hard to find, but I just thought, you know what, I'll pass it along, and the money that I receive from all this is going to go towards more Victorinox knives and more knives for review. So this one here is in very, very good condition. We've got some wear. We've got a few wear marks there, but I just didn't feel like that was justifiable to polish the whole thing out. But the Mechanic is essentially a tinker, but you've got these pliers here. And this one here is from the late 90s, and it is in very good condition. I am asking $70 for that one, and that one will include free shipping within the United States. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Next up is going to be the Victorinox Gourmet. Now this one is definitely going to be a specialized buy. It doesn't offer a lot in tools, but we have a very nice main blade here. This is an 84mm knife, and we've got a very nice blade here with a little bit of oil on it. Sorry about that. But this one here was in very, very rough shape. I did clean it up. It required about 4 days of work, and I also replaced the scales. But the Gourmet, unlike the Wader, doesn't use a cap lifter on this end. It actually has the small pen blade. So you've got two blades, and then you have the corkscrew on the back. So this one here is pretty unique, and it's very compact. It's only a single layer, and then you have brand new scales on here. And for that one, I am asking $50, and that'll include the shipping. Next up, we have a Wenger, and this is a Wenger Soldier. This one is from 1997. It is in very good shape. If you wanted to use her, you can use this one. The only issue that it has is that whoever owned it before me closed it with the bail right there, and you can actually see that nick in the blade. So that's the only thing that's wrong with that, but that can be easily sharpened out and cleaned out if you want me to do that. And this one is from 1997, has wonderful action. Everything moves like it should, operates like it should, has great snap. The awl is all there, very, very sharp. I don't think this thing had ever been used in regards to the awl. The tip on there is like a needle. And then we have the can opener. Very, very clean edge there. Probably never used. And I am asking $85 for that one, and that'll include free shipping within the US. And last but not least, we have another broker. I have reviewed one of these before, but this one has somebody's initials on there, and this one was just a impulse buy, and I just refurbished it, cleaned it, sharpened the blade, and just did the normal deal that I usually do with these vintage knives. But this one here, I'm just going to sell for $25. That'll include the shipping. And this one here is really, really nice. It's from the 90s. It's not too old, but the broker was a very, very unique knife, and it was kind of geared towards the executives or even office carry. So it was kind of like the Director in the scale format, but it was a size of 58mm like the classic. So $25 on that. So everything here is fair game. If you want to negotiate a price for everything, I'm willing to do that. Just shoot me an email. My email is in the bio here on YouTube, or hit me up on Instagram. And if you're interested in any of these, just comment down below and say I'm interested, and I can get in touch with you. We'll figure it out. But I'm selling these mainly because they're just sitting in my case. I've already done my videos on them. I have already refurbished them. I've already cleaned them up. I mean, I've gotten what I want out of them, and I think I want to pass them on to the next person, while at the same time I want to get some money in for new knives to review, maybe even get some new gear to be able to do some new videos that I have planned for the future and the new year. So hopefully these will all sell. I hope you guys will take up some of these and snatch them up. And I am always willing to negotiate if you want to buy multiples, okay? I'm willing to negotiate a price with you, and I treat all of you like you're my best friends. So for me, I want you guys to have a fair shake, and I want us to have a good deal. So till the next one, I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.